guys. There's no time frame as to what he's going to be doing, how he's going to be doing it. Just they have a plan, and he's going to continue through it.
The injury report progressing the way you would like, with guys being full, and Christian obviously being full, more
Yes.
precautionary yesterday, and he's on track.
Yep. I think everybody's doing the things that we need him to have them do out there on the practice field, which is good for us. So it's good to see all that.
I feel like rookies, when they get hurt, guys like Christian Miller, that it can kind of, I don't want to say like stunt their growth, but it can set them back even further.
It does set
better.
them back in terms of the development. That's one of the things that you hope is that the young guys don't, because quite honestly, you can't slow down and retrain them and reteach them. I mean, they have to be able to pick up and catch up. And, it's been like that. Yeah, it was like that when I played back in the day. The team doesn't slow down and wait for you to get healthy. The team's got to keep going. So you as a young player have to pay attention to what's going on. You got to see what's going on in walkthroughs, what's going on in practice, what's happening in meetings. It's very important. The nice thing about it is we have guys that are willing to do that. They want to do that. What's good to see too, and you guys don't get a chance to see, is that after practice we have a number of coaches stay after with the young guys, and they review and go through stuff and give them opportunities. They may not be getting a lot right now, but it's the after practice stuff that can be invaluable to a young guy.
Ron, you mentioned yesterday that even with the adverse weather, Greg Dortch was still sort of impressing you with some of the things that he was able to do.
Well, it's kind of nice because with the wind out there today, kicking it up the way it was, he was catching punts and did a nice job. So that was good to see. I mean, again, we wanted to give him an opportunity to kind of get his feet underneath him last week. This week, with the way he's progressing, there's a great opportunity for him to return kicks for us this weekend. We'll see how he finishes up tomorrow.
Coach, you talked about, I think last week, the difference between a punt returner and kick returner. Is Dortch somebody that you see as having both skill sets?
He has the opportunity to be a dual guy for us. He really does. But we've got a couple of guys that also do some of the returning for us. And last week, DeAndrew White got an opportunity and he flashed a little bit for us too. So we have some guys, some options. So we'll see. But Dortch has looked good. He's a dynamic return guy. So. Hopefully he'll continue to progress and have a good day tomorrow.
I can't remember if it was you or someone we talked to in the locker room who spoke yesterday about Tennessee's corners and how physical they can be in the secondary. What can young receivers do, or any receiver at all, do to kind of counter that type of corner?
Well, the guy who wants to get physical, the biggest thing you have to do is you either get physical back with them or you make them miss. If you make them miss because they're overly aggressive, you've got to step on them, and you can win easily. So, again, our guys are studying them. They're trying to formulate their plan as to how to do things, and we'll see on Sunday.
How would you characterize this kind of Tennessee defense overall under Vrabel? I
think, they take, they take Mike's personality. They're physical, they're aggressive. It has elements of a 30 front and a 40 front. I mean, he's kind of doing what he did as a player, and which makes a lot of sense to me. They're aggressive by nature. They play a lot of man coverage. They're physical. They're touchy handsy. They're always touching, pushing, shoving. There's an element to that I don't think people quite understand. But when you're a physical team, when you try to do things physically, you send a message, and his guys are he's got an aggressive team by nature.
Ron, do you guys have a plan for Mario as he sort of works through his personal stuff?
Yeah, we'll see. Again, we're trying to be as supportive as we can for him. We're trying to be here for him. I know a lot of his teammates have texted him, called him, talked with him, and it's a very delicate situation. And again, at the end of the day, we want to do what's best for Mario, and then do what's best for the team. But we've got to make sure Mario is okay. This is a very difficult situation.
Anything else for Coach?
Just kind of obvious. A lot of traveling recently. Nice to be home.
It's very nice to be home, and hopefully it translates. It's been tough. Somebody estimated we traveled about 10,000 miles in 5 weeks, and that's not counting the guys that won a little bit of a trip, during their bye week. So, who knows how many miles we've traveled, but it's been rough, and it really has. So it'll be nice to be home in the take a little cliche from Chicago, the friendly confines. I kind of look forward to having a home game.
Offensively with Tennessee, Tannehill, Mariota, is there? Tannehill's projected to be the starter, but is there a guy that sets them apart and makes them go one way or the other?
Well, I think they're different style quarterbacks. Where you see Mariota's more apt to run with the football. You see a lot of bootlegs with him, counteractions with him, zone read stuff, or where he could potentially pull it and keep it. You don't see as much with Tannehill. You do see some boots, but I don't think you don't think you'll get as many. And Tannehill's more of a pure pocket passer from what I see. Or I think he stays in the pocket a little bit more than Mariota did. But they do what they do. I mean, if depending on who we get, we'll try and anticipate what we think they're going to do with them. But they're very similar in terms of what they do. I don't see that much of a difference on tape, other than, like I said, some of the zone read and bootleg stuff.
That aggressive, physical nature you described with their defense, do you see some of that in their run game also?
Well, it's a physical run game, is what it is, because of the running back they have. I mean, he's as big and physical and powerful as they come, and it's it's going to be big boy football, and that's just what we're going to get, what we're anticipating.
Guys, thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, I'm out.